Part 2 of the 14th session of the IRENA Assembly themed Outcomes of COP28, Infrastructure, Policies, and Skills for Tripling Renewables and Accelerating Energy Transition. On the sidelines of the Assembly, Leader Network held an exclusive interview with His Excellency Dr. Jimmy Gasore, the Minister of Infrastructure in Rwanda. Now let's cross over to Abu Dhabi and join Irene for more.
With me is the Minister of Infrastructure in Rwanda, Mr. Jimmy Gasore. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation. And he also happens to be the President of the 14th IRENA Assembly this year. But thank you so much for all you do. And we just have a couple of things to talk about. So with respect to Rwanda's energy mix, I know you're already doing things around solar and hydro as well. But how is that coming? It would be great to also understand your contributions and the expectations as the years evolve.
Yeah, thank you. Rwandan energy mix, we currently have renewable energy at 55%, and most of which is hydro. But also we have a significant share of solar energy systems in Rwanda. Currently, 23% of population use solar energy to light up their homes. The main direction is to increase the share of hydro in Rwanda and the renewable energies. Currently, we have 3 main projects on the way. We are commissioning one big power plant of 80 megawatts, which is shared by Tanzania and Burundi. We are in development of another power plant. This is hydro again, of 47 megawatts. And we are planning another one of 206 megawatts. That one will be shared by DR Congo and Burundi. So that are the plans. And we have also decommissioned summer last year. We have decommissioned all the power plants that we're using fossil fuel, to even make greener our energy supply.
I mean, I like that you talked about a couple that you're also, sharing in different with other countries, and that makes me sort of wonder in terms of the infrastructure for all of this sharing. How is that coming along?
Yes, we have already implemented multiple sharing infrastructure projects. I think the first one started in 1990s. Okay. That was shared between DR Congo and Burundi. So that one is still on operation. Recently, we have commissioned the Rusumo. This is the east part of Rwanda, which integrates, it's a shared power plant between Tanzania, Rwanda, and Uganda, and Burundi, but also in that we have built a mechanism to trade electricity between ourselves. So, and we are already sharing with Uganda and Kenya. So kind of our network has already integrated.
Fantastic. Yeah. I think that's something that the West African region can actually adopt and learn, since it's a working structure already for you. But in terms of those still in Rwanda who are perhaps not even connected to the national grid in any form, what are those mechanisms and measures to ensure that they have access to renewable energy options?
Yes, we have about 23% of population, households, who are powered by renewable, especially standalone solar home systems. These are subsidized systems. So we have integrated with the banks and energy private developers. It's an umbrella of private companies operating in home solar systems, so that we alleviate the initial cost of investing and setting up the solar system, home solar system. With that, with integration of technology, we first select those who are eligible, depending on their income level, because it's heavily subsidized. We install the home solar kit for free.
Wow.
Then they will pay as they consume. Of course, we have to enforce. So all those private developers, they will put in the technology that allows the remote control of the home solar kit, so that it can cut power if the user doesn't pay. But a big share is paid for by the government, and another share for ownership is paid by the users.
Fantastic. And finally, before I let you go, what would you say that your key takeaways from the 14th General Assembly? I mean, given that you are also the president of this year's assembly.
Yes, my key takeaway is the momentum that I have seen. It's a momentum that was generated during the COP28.
Absolutely.
It was the highest level of commitment, consensus, to triple renewable energy by 2030. Here is to reaffirm our commitment, but also discuss ways to move towards implementation. At the end, we need to see this implemented, and the clock is ticking. We have only 6 years left to reach 2030. So the takeaway is further collaboration, especially with the financial institutions, so that we make the vision that was established at COP28 into a reality.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jimmy Gasore, the Minister of Infrastructure in Rwanda and the President of the IRENA 14th Assembly. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.